was the only boy the time. All right. Hello, friends. Day 30. Bar is closed. 30 days, 1 month. The 1 month chip, as they say on the AA. It does feel like a milestone. There's kind of a marker, 30 days. I don't know why. Why 1 month feels different than 29, but it does. So I am sitting here. It is early morning now, roughly turning into early morning. I'm watching the snow coming down in soft flakes. It's been snowing for a couple days. It's very icy out there, but it's not a whiteout. It's pretty easy going. Keeps putting a little layer over a layer. Now it's quiet. I'm down in the office on Main Street. Very still. There's nobody around. Maybe cops. There's police officers around. That's about it. So what's the same with sobriety? What hasn't changed? Let's see. I still love sleeping. I may not be sleeping as much as I do when I'm hungover or drinking heavy, but I love sleeping. And given the opportunity, I enjoy it and choose it. So that's still kind of part of my DNA without the influence of booze. I'm still very opinionated and passionate about topics. If I get on them, I can get fired up pretty quickly and animated. So that isn't just because of booze. That's definitely me all the way through and still here today. I haven't lost my sense of humor entirely. So I still have some sense of humor. It's in there. I know it. I'm scratching away at it right and left. So it's there. And I'm certain when it really comes out to play, it's going to be quite relieved and fun. But right now it's a little pissed at me for not drinking. But humor is still there. Still ready, on the ready. In between, as I'm thinking about fun facts, Bic lighters stop working when it's freezing cold. So when you leave them in the car, they don't work for a while or out in the front porch. So I'm still smoking my tobacco pipe. By the way, I was thinking that too, just on a side note. Quitting smoking cigarettes is a very difficult challenge, obviously. Everybody knows that, and it was a rock star challenge for me. And I definitely feel over the hump of that, but I gotta say, it's way harder than choosing to quit drinking for my world. And if I didn't have the tobacco pipe and that ritual and that ceremony and still some nicotine, I think I'd be losing my fucking mind. So whoever's going through that battle with the cigarettes, sorry to hear. It's difficult. It's worth it, but it's rough. And if you're doing both like me, where no cigarettes, no booze, and try to stay out of the mental hospital. Seriously. Okay. What else? What else is the same? So, yep, still driven. There's a lot the same. What's different? I do sleep better. I'm more rested. We've talked about that stuff. What's different? I'm a lot more passive, I suppose, right? Not as active. I lean back more than I do when I'm drinking, where I lean in. Well, obviously, the biggest difference of all for me right now, just at this moment, I'm sure more will come about, but at this moment, I do not procrastinate nearly as much as I do when I have a reason to drink, when I want to drink, when I give myself permission to drink on a regular basis. I can procrastinate the shit out of a lot of stuff. So day after day, night after night, I have nothing else to do but the stuff that is important for me to do and get off my plate and be a grown-up. And the more I do it, it's like what my business teacher tried to teach me in college was, when you have all your shit together, you get to have all the freedom you want. You get to enjoy the peace of mind of your downtime because you have done the due diligence to make sure your stuff is done. And so in my case, I've always had a lot on my plate, and I typically am proud of what I do get done. But there's no doubt in my mind that when I'm burning hours behind the bar or, in general, just checking out with the booze, I am able to procrastinate on things for quite some time, and that's just not happening as much. And it's actually quite satisfying. It's actually quite satisfying to actually be able to take on some of those tasks that are so mundane or such a drag or going to make me feel anxious or nervous because they involve, finances that might feel like a struggle or this or that. And yet, there's nothing better to do than to do them and just get into them and overcome any of that anxiety and don't play that story in my head. So a lot of stories, a lot of character the drinking character guy is losing. I can tell you that. That's kind of what's happening. He certainly lost the first round of battle of having control. He's now losing control over the illusion of all the things that, that was holding me back and that, made me feel unsatisfied and anxious. So in general, 30 days, happy to be here, want to be here more. I'm definitely craving waking up tomorrow and another day of sobriety. That's all I got. Thanks, guys. Good night.